On 2nd and 10, it's Wilson. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Eric Kendricks. And he will take this all the way down to the 38-yard line.
And Brandon, the passing game for both of these teams is going to be affected as the game goes along. It's not looking like the rain's going to let up anytime soon. So that might mean a few more wobbly passes and wide receiver slips. And this one winds up getting intercepted.
Following the interception, Cousins. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. He'll be hit down at the 33, 5 yards on the play.
Brings up 2nd and 5 at the 33-yard line.
On 2nd down, it's Cook. And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
On 3rd down, Cousins. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he will have a Vikings first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
A gain of
great way to convert on 3rd down there. 21 yards the play. On 1st and 10, Cousins. This is caught. And he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. Another strong gain on the last 2 plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards. 1st and goal at the 1. They'll run for it with Cook. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Dalvin Cook, his 2nd touchdown on the season, as his guys are first onto the scoreboard here this afternoon. A strong, determined run there, Charles, to get in for 6 points.
This is why it's such a team game, isn't it? And I know it sounds really generic and it sounds almost trite, but the blocks were made up front. Offensive line, collective victory at the line of scrimmage and downfield. And how about the finish to the run all the way into the end zone?
The Seahawks take over 1st and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
DK Metcalf for the Seattle offense about set to take over once again. Creeping up on 1,000, could get there on this drive. So a challenge for him to do that, but also defensively maybe a challenge for them to not allow that.
And that means probably kicking even more coverages to his side. And what that really means is wherever he lines up, you will have a cornerback over in his area. Now instead of blitzing your linebacker, drop him into coverage. Instead of the safety dropping into regular coverage, that safety moves into that area to try and discourage a quarterback from going to it. That means everyone else, win your routes. You've got an opportunity to catch passes now too.
Yeah, a little bit of a cat and mouse game. Thrown across his body and it's intercepted. Picked off by Harrison Smith. And the possession is theirs at their own 43-yard line. A throw he probably shouldn't have made, rolling left and then throwing back across the field.
And when you do that and you're rolling towards the sideline, you've cut down your field in a big way, significantly. And the guys who play on the 2nd and the 3rd level, those linebackers and DBs, they know that. And they know they don't have nearly as much space to cover. And they're hoping you try and throw it back towards the middle.
Now this one to his running back out of the backfield. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead. The Vikings on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 7. And the Seahawk defense gets to him and they bring him down. Kevin Byard, the Middle Tennessee Blue Raider, gets the sack.
How about that? One of the so-called little guys putting the pressure on. That was a strong safety. When I was in college, we often called that a lightning blitz.
Oh, the return is Reed. 8 yards on the return following a punt of 41. And it'll be Seahawk football 1st and 10. Wilson and the Seahawks take over now 1st and 10 at their own 23. From the gun, he'll set up to throw. And this one's incomplete. Giovanni Bernard, the intended receiver, out of the backfield. And now it's 2nd down.
Makes it 2nd and 10.
To throw again. Wilson. Open man Hamler. That's complete. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before it's taken down. That one a gain of 20 and a 1st down.
But one of the ways the quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field, and here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth,
yes,
and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy.
There to knock that one away defensively, Eric Kendricks. So second down, still 10 yards to go, ball on the 43. Throwing again. Wilson. He'll go up top here for Hamler. It's caught at the 10. And he is down deep into Minnesota territory. It's a big play there for Seattle. 47 yards. A chance now to get even before the break as they come up first and goal. And running room hard to come by here. He gets it down to the 8. It's a gain of a yard, and it'll set up second and goal. Here's second and goal, operating from the 8-yard line.
At the Vikings,
from the shotgun, Wilson. And Wilson's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked off by Harrison Smith. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
First and 10.
You hear me laughing, partner, and I'm not laughing at the situation. But sometimes you just get yourself into a rut. It's hard to shake yourself out of it.
Here's Cook as they begin on the ground. And he'll just burrow his way back to the line of scrimmage, and that's about it. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down.
Really shouldn't be a surprise. It's going to be hard to move people in this situation. You know they're going to bring the pressure defensively. Because I remember playing in these spots, and my coaches always say, don't be afraid to try and create a safety, too. They're going to bring pressure.
So an abbreviated halftime show as we get rolling to quarter 3.
Seahawks, nothing.
Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. And that one bounces out of the back of the end zone, so we'll start the drive at the 25 on the touchback. Here's Russell Wilson and the Seahawk offense now getting set to go again. And that first half was nothing short of a disaster. 0 points on the scoreboard in a big fourth. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off at the 17. And they'll be inside the red zone with a ball at the 16-yard line. That one is going to sting. First play of the third quarter and a turnover.
And you have to know that at halftime, they spent a lot of time going through their checklist of what they wanted to accomplish to start this third quarter. Turning it over like this was not on that list.
Not at all. And you come out of the locker room trailing, so that first drive to establish momentum is very key.
Crucial.
So the ball down to the 16 here for first and 10. Trying to fire up that running game with Dalvin Cook. And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Brings up 2nd and 7.
From the shotgun, it's Cousins. Now Cook hit and he lost the football. And the Seahawks have picked it up. Weaving through traffic, and now he's free. The 30, 10, and they bring this one back. It's a fumble recovery and a Seattle touchdown.
Touchdown, Seahawks.
So they were down by a touchdown, probably just hoping the defense could hold them, maybe force the punt. Instead, they force the turnover and take it into the house.
Well, the plan was perfect. That's exactly what they wanted. Instead, they got a lot more than that. Big-time capitalization by taking the ball away and putting it in the end zone.
And his kick is right through. So not only the cough up, but then the pickup on the other side, the scoop, and the score the other way. The fumble return for a touchdown.
For Seattle.
So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. From the 6. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line.
Take over first and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
Dalvin Cook taking the field for the Vikings' next possession. Looking for a bounce back. Had the fumble a moment ago that went for a touchdown the other direction. See if he can get back in rhythm.
And you have to be very careful.
Pressure comes. He's taken down by the Seahawk defense. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest one is maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. Zero accountability, and a sack resulted.
Third and long for Cousins. That'll be complete to Cook. And he's going to get this to about the 20, but that is well short of what he needed. That one good for only 6, and it leaves him with a 4th down.
That's certainly playing down and distance very well by the defense, isn't it? Take whatever you want underneath, by all means.
Colquitt on to kick as he sends it away. Here comes Reed. It'll be 37 yards there on the punt, and out will come the offense as they take over. The Seahawks offense now, they get ready to come back onto the field. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it 1st and 10. Throwing here to start the drive as they connect left side. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. Right off the bat, it's a 1st down to start the drive, 12 yards.
1st and 10 at the 38-yard line.
Throwing is Wilson. And he whips that one incomplete there.
It certainly didn't appear that that's where he wanted to go with the ball initially, so he tried to get something out of it by dumping it off to his running back unsuccessfully.
2nd and 10. It's Wilson again. He stiff arms him. Left side complete to Lockett. And he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line.
Brings up
on 3rd and 1, Wilson.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys that we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
1st and 10 at the 12-yard line.
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10.
Well, that certainly has to feel good, and it's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice 1st down. Drive keeps moving.
11 at the 14-yard line.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Wilson throwing middle, but it's incomplete. And the timing a bit off that time as that one falls to the ground. A field goal would get them the lead, but that's not what they're shooting for as they come up on 3rd down. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked up by Mike Hughes.
Wilson's pass intercepted by the Vikings.
Well, they thought they were going to break the tie. The defense had other plans. They were already in field goal range, but boom, an interception.
I don't know if this was a case of being a little bit too greedy with the opportunity to put points on the board, but give credit to the guy.
And the pressure too much that time as Cousins goes down. Well, they go play fake. The problem is nobody was faked out.
And when no one's faked out, what's the end result? Quarterback gets hit.
Coming up now on a 2nd and 15 following that sack. Another try after the 1st down sack. Cousins over the middle to Smith. And he will finally be taken down, but not before he reaches the 38. A big play there for Minnesota. 47 yards. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. And this one caught along the sideline, but they say already out of bounds. And the throw didn't give him a chance to turn it upfield, and that brings up 2nd down.
2nd and 10.
A 2nd down throw for Cousins. He's going to get this one down to Cook. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up. So 3rd down, they need to get to the 28 for a 1st. Cousins again. And the Seahawk defense gets to him, and they bring him down.
Pressure can come from all over when you're plotting a defensive strategy. On that particular play, it just came from the outside.
Here's Britton Colquitt now as he's on for the 5th time here today. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. And that is very well done there, as this will be marked out of bounds at the 5-yard line. Now, if you're a fan of punting, this game's for you. He's been out there quite a bit. That one may be his best yet.
Yeah, he certainly got his leg loose by now. It kind of reminds me of my college football coach, John Majors. He loved the punting game because he liked the positioning, the field position, and he loved to play defense.
Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's second down. Third quarter, all tied up. This is 2nd and 10. Toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete.
Well, so far in this drive, they've done some good work. They force incompletions on 1st and 2nd down, bring up 3rd and 10. That brings up the big question. Do they bring pressure or do they play coverage on this down?
And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. They'll give him 8 on the play, and that'll bring up 4th down.
I think that call was made not so much to try and get the first down, although they would have taken it if they could have gotten it, but to give their punter a little bit of space and try and help out their defense.
Yeah, they got the safe completion on 3rd. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Vikings will take over here 1st and 10. And now out comes Minnesota. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy?
Back now in Seattle, Washington. 7-7 is our score. Pretty even matchup so far as we start quarter number 4. How about this? They'll try the option. Left side. Give him 4 yards there on the first down keeper. So he is able to turn that into positive yardage, but I think it's fair to say that those are not the shots you're wanting your quarterback to have to absorb.
And he has to know sometimes when to say when. You have to know when to give yourself up, and let's face it, not easy for these guys to do because they're competitors as well. But sometimes you do learn your lesson the hard way, as he did there.
We saw a number of good games earlier today. This one might top all of those. It's been a dandy as we come up on 1st and 10. Draw play, Cousins to Cook. And they see right through that defensively as he'll be hit and taken down to the backfield. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. Seems pretty obvious defensively a key was stopping the run game. How have they done it so successfully?
To me, it seems that these guys really did a nice job of paying attention during the scouting report meeting. And you know, Brandon, when they do those, they talk about the top plays that these guys like to run. The best runs for the top running back, those are the ones you focus on and want to take away. And they've done that pretty successfully in this game.
On 2nd and 12, Cousins to Jefferson on the slant. Touchdown, Vikings! Justin Jefferson, his first touchdown on the year. And the Vikings have taken the lead. And a nice job by him to catch the slant and then navigate and break free.
And receivers love slant routes because it gets the ball in their hands so quickly and oftentimes on the move. And when they're on the move like that, then they get to use their best asset, which is usually their speed.
And their speed sometimes, like this instance, can take them into the end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24.
At their own 24-yard line.
The Seahawks take back over. And now, after the touchdown a moment ago, they work from behind in a 7-point game in this 4th quarter. Plenty of time on the clock. And they work this well upfield across the 45. 23 yards, the final tally. And at this stage, down in the second half, looks like they just wanted to find a way to get it in the hands of their playmaker, and they did.
I think you're exactly right. I don't think the coordinator's looking at his play sheet and trying to figure out which play will work well.
It's caught inside the 25. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. For 30 more yards and another first down. So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Out of the gun, here's Wilson. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Spencer. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. This game not quite as good as the last, but still over 40 yards between the two. Now a nice play defensively on first down as this is knocked away and incomplete. Another shot from the 9 on 2nd and goal. Throwing again here, Wilson. And oh, it'll be intercepted. Picked up by Mike Hughes.
Wilson's pass intercepted by the Vikings.
Just a little bit of a rough stretch. 6 interceptions now in these last 2 weeks combined.
I know the easy thing is to go back to mechanics, footwork, things of that nature. I'm also wondering, is he getting fooled by what he's seeing on defense? Has the scouting report changed? Are they showing him things different than what he expected? For the 2nd week in a row, he's throwing it to the guys in the wrong color shirts.
Yeah, he better figure, whatever the reason is, he better figure it out.
2nd and 10 at the 20-yard line.
Throwing on 2nd down. Cousins. Blitz coming, and down he goes.
A loss of 5 yards.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
Cousins from the gun on 3rd. He gets this one into the hands of Dalvin Cook. And they will rally and stop him short of the first down. They get him to the ground at the 26. Here's Britton Colquitt now as they're forced to kick for the 6th time today. 4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So the Vikings in possession of the football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Pulled in at the 24. That looked for a second like he might take it all the way, but as it stands, it's still a massive return. And the Seahawks will have great field position to start this drive. They take over on the short side of the field. First and 10, and kind of tipping their hand at running the ball. 3 tight ends are out there. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. A quick target here, complete to Metcalf. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. That one good for 14 and a Seahawk first. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. 10 yards and a Seattle first down. Maybe the threat of Russell Wilson running the football there and him handing it off opened a little bit of a lane.
It does, and it also helps his unselfishness because he's not a quarterback who's going to take it every time.
And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. KJ Hamler, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Seahawks just an extra point away from tying this thing up. And no sweat, he puts it through, and we are tied here in the 4th. The drive there only spanning 3 plays, and it all culminates with a Seattle score. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. Taking it about the 1. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18.
At their own 18-yard line.
Now the Minnesota offense set to take over again. They, of course, tie game, would like to avoid overtime if they could.
And a lot of people would go ahead and play it safe here and get to overtime and try and win it there. But, you know, sitting up here in the booth,
take some gambles.
I say let's go for this thing, try and push it, and maybe catch the defense back on their heels a bit.
See if they do that. And with a flag down, he goes down. So they're able to sack him. Now the penalty looks like it could be holding. Let's find out. So they will take the sack instead of the penalty.
And it takes another down off the series. But the biggest one of all, do you want to tell the guy who just got the sack that it no longer counts?
No,
not at all.
Cook following the penalty. And he'll find a little space. He gets us up near the 10.
Number 33.
Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 55 seconds remaining in the football game. They run it again with Cook. And some room to maneuver. And that's not nearly going to be enough. Stopped at the 22, and he needed plenty more. It'll be a pickup of 13, but it'll still lead to a 4th down.
This offense really put themselves in a tough spot on first and second down, needing long yardage to try and pick up a first down, and they ended up getting a great run. Explosive, picked up nice yardage. You don't expect to be in this situation on fourth down, but guess what? It all started with what happened on first and second down. Really put them behind the 8-ball.
Fair catch called for and made at about the 32-yard line. A 40-yard punt, no return. And control of the football switching hands here with very little time remaining in this contest. And they'll come out with a 3 tight end look on the first play of the drive. Throwing now is Wilson. And that'll be incomplete with 11 seconds remaining now. The intended receiver was DK Metcalf. That'll bring up second down.
2nd and 10.
Wilson to throw. Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. And that's caught inside the 35. And now with 4 seconds left, we get a timeout call.
1st and 10 at the 31-yard line.
So now this one's going to rest on the foot of their second-year kicker. Footing obviously an issue in the driving rain. This one for the win. And that is not going to get there. Oh, he missed it short. It's no good. And that changes everything here in OT. And here in overtime, if the team that receives the ball scores a touchdown, it's over. If they don't, we can still have some more football.
That's exactly right.
So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. This is DJ Reed returning. And he returns this to the 22.
DJ Reed on the return. The Seahawks take over 1st and 10.
Seattle again getting ready to take over offensively. They control their own destiny here. They have the football in overtime. Obviously, a touchdown would win it.
And I think teams around the league are still adjusting to the idea of going downfield, scoring a touchdown wins the game, because they were used to just going downfield and trying to get in field goal range to win a game. Still having to make that transition. Let's face it now, the ones who are doing it best know they need to go down, attack, put the ball in the end zone, and not leave it up to a field goal and give the other team a chance.
As we said, they control their own destiny now. Coming up on a 3rd and 9. Opening drive of overtime as they look to convert. Oh, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Anthony Harris. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown.
Minnesota. Our final score.
Still catching our breaths from that electric finish. You get into overtime, that's one thing. It was a great 4 quarters. But then in OT, not only to win it, but to win it on a defensive score. Wow.
Oh, definitely. And I think from now on, we're going to definitely travel someone who can help us, because I thought I was going to pass out at the end. Not just getting to the overtime, but the plays in overtime that led to this one, and to finish it on a defensive touchdown, a takeaway that gets into the end zone. I'm not rooting for it.
I buy like 23. Won't fall again, and I put that on me. Yeah, I feel the way, my heart all on my sleeve. Yeah, that's why I had to put my wrist on freeze. Coming for the win, can't take another L. Designer on me, this that new Chanel. Did that splash, did that drip. Yeah, champion, yeah, we here. Yeah, this the winning team. 6 rings with a pinky ring. Everybody used to picking me, now I'm the one that they picking. Snakes out, they hit scene, but I can't hear when the crowd screams. Still balling like an offspring. This for all the ones that doubted me. Gotta lose once to be a true winner. Only want the hunters with the blues in it. Eating blood across it where the blood thinner. Juice stay turned like, you know. I've been through that water like Olympic swimmers. Only bread and butter, what we ate for dinner. So I had to dream it till the dream is bigger. Only want the gold, we don't need the silver. Gotta be number 1, number 2 never count. Used to have
select the team you want to join. Start your season with recommended settings. If you wish to change roles or adjust options, use the tiles on the left.
Take another L. Designer on me, this they new Chanel. Did they split? Champion, yeah, we here. Reaching my goals, I do not feel ashamed. I'm a dog, I'm a beast, and I cannot be tamed. I don't do it for fame, it's the love for the game. I go in like I'm trained. I'm prepared for the rain, they amazed. I ain't break from the sticks and stones they threw. Anything that you can do, I can do it better than you. No matter what I do, achieve, still got something to prove. I spent the check on the diamond cross, but still ain't paid my dues. Gotta be number one, number two never count. Used to have bubble guts competition, now point them out. Making my babies proud, wanna cop my mama a house. Coming straight out the south, got enough juice to end the drought. Yeah, I buy like 23. Won't fall again, and I put that on me. Yeah, I feel the way my heart all on my sleeve. Yeah, that's why I had to put my wrist on freeze. Coming for the win, can't take another L. Designer on me, this that new Chanel. Did that split? Did that drill? Yeah, yeah, champion, yeah, we here.
Today, from Lambeau Field in Green Bay, Wisconsin, it's Week 8 of the NFL on EA Sports.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. First carry now for Dalvin Cook. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27. Only a couple for him there on the game's first play, and it's second down. So a look here at the key inactives, and we got this list before the game down on the field. And they tell us the same thing every time, don't they? Next man up.
No excuses. Be ready to play. That's the mantra of every organization. The key is having guys on the roster who are capable of filling in and playing at a high level. That's when you know you've drafted well, scouted free agents well, and stocked your team just the way you're supposed to.
Open man is Thielen. It's complete. And he will have a Vikings first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. A first down from Minnesota. Cousins finding Thielen. Cousins gives way to Cook. And this will be taken across midfield and into Green Bay territory. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
Brings up 2nd and 5.
Cousins gets this one out wide quickly. And that play goes nowhere. Taken down, losing yardage at the 50, right at midfield. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a third down. Cousins now from the 50. That one into the hands of Thielen, complete.
Cousins pass.
And he will have a Vikings first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. They get 14 there. First down, Vikings. Back to the ground, Cook. And he'll get 3 down at the 34-yard line. Dalvin Cook's best game of 2019 came against these Packers. It was in week 2 early in the season, but he had 154 yards and a touchdown on the ground, though his Vikings actually wound up falling 21-16 at Lambeau.
Complete to B.C. Johnson.
How about the start throwing the football? 4 for 4 on this opening drive.
Oh, he's slinging it. And oftentimes when you talk about slinging it, you're thinking about a guy throwing it all over the yard, not necessarily accurately. In this case, though, he's honing in on his targets, and he's delivering.
Yeah, the opening script, however, they drew it up for this first drive, going to plan so far.
brings up 2nd and 10 at the 24-yard line.
Throwing again, Cousins on 2nd and 10. And Cook has it, left side. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down.
He's out of bounds behind the line of scrimmage.
To the air again, it's Cousins. Green Bay up to the task there in coverage and forcing a 4th down. So 2 third-down conversions on this drive, but not able to get a 3rd, and now they deal with 4th down. And Bailey able to knock it through. And the Vikings have a 3-0 lead.
Makes the score Vikings 3.
So the opening drive does yield points, maybe not the 7 they wanted, but they'll take the 3.
Accumulating first downs does not go up on the scoreboard, but it does go into the DNA of a team that's trying to establish itself to start a game. That has to feel pretty good for them. They'll take the 3.
Yeah, they had 3 first downs and 3 points. Time to see the offense for Green Bay go to work. Aaron Rodgers leading them. What a career it's been. Came into the league back in 2005 as the number 24 pick out of Cal.
And you and I both know that any win is a good win, and that's what they did last week.
We're looking for Jefferson, but this is intercepted. Picked up by Anthony Harris. And another tackle broken. And they will be set up now as he brings this thing all the way back inside the 20.
By the Vikings.
What a start defensively. Your offense goes out, gets the touchdown, and then you get the interception. Just perfect.
How about the discipline that they showed on defense? Because after the offense scored to go up 7-zip, you would think they might be a little extra aggressive trying to get back at them. Instead, they read their keys well. When they took the shot downfield, they were more than prepared for that one.
The Viking ball carrier.
5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5.
From the gun, it's a give to Cook. And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings.
Cook on the carry.
Dalvin Cook, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Vikings are going to... widen that advantage. He's got it, and now it's a 10-0 lead here in the opening quarter. Well, that drive started with not a whole lot of real estate in front of them. In plus territory, excellent field position. 2 plays later, pay dirt. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. From the 6. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21.
Over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The Packers offense here coming back out for their 2nd drive. And last time, 1-play interception. So this offense, they should be fresh. Now that'll be tipped and intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Eric Kendricks. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. So a dangerous pass over the middle into zone coverage, and it bit him hard.
And what's really difficult when you throw it in that direction and versus that zone, that means the linebackers have gotten to their spot, gotten their heads back around, and they can see the quarterback and everything in front of them. And they took big advantage of it, went in the other direction, excellent blocking, and picked up a touchdown.
Fielded just outside the goal line. And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20.
The Packers take over 1st and 10. At their own 9.
The Green Bay offense ready to take over. And job one here, Charles, just keep possession of the football. 2 drives, 2 turnovers to this point.
You're exactly right, Doctor. Hippocratic oath. First, do no harm. And right now, they're harming themselves on offense.
I like that. No one is mistaking me for a doctor, though. But thank you, Dr. Davis. Again, he was looking for Devontae Adams. And that'll bring up 2nd down. Man open, that's Marquez Valdez-Scantling. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. A gain of 13, it's a 1st down.
1st and 10 at the
From the gun, it's Rodgers. Looking deep for Adams. He missed on his first 3 passes, was 0 for 3. Now gets a connection, maybe that'll get him going.
Yeah, it wasn't a time for panic, but there was some concern because once you start in a certain pattern, you're wondering, can you get out of it? And that flips the other way, too, when you're throwing it really well. In this case, now he's got his first completion. They think he might be off to the...
And a big loss here as he's taken down. Derek Barnett able to maneuver in for the sack. Rodgers now, after the sack, he'll lead the pack up on 3rd and long.
3 scores down, not even a halftime yet. They are not getting much generated offensively. They've got to figure it out.
It's tough because this defense just seems to be playing with so much confidence right now.
They really are. They are on their toes, and they're getting at them. That's what you're going to need to do against those big receivers. You got to get in there and get physical with them. That time he got in close, got in tight, and knocked the ball away.
And now this is either a fake or their coach is delusional or both here. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. On 4th down, here's Green Bay's 3rd-year punter, J.K. Scott, standing just outside his own goal line. Abdullah to return. 33 yards is the distance on the punt there. And the Vikings, they'll be set up well as they take over in great field position. 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, Cousins. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks.
He was covered by Jair Alexander.
On 2nd down, Cousins again. Completing it to the right side, Johnson. Touchdown, Vikings! B.C. Johnson, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Vikings find a way to stretch their lead. The first quarter, and this lead is already getting into dangerous territory. They better be careful on the other sideline.
Yeah, it feels a little bit more like a basketball game where one team is pressing and that team can't get the ball over half court. I mean, it's stealing it and scoring it, layups, the whole deal. That's what it feels like right now. They are all over.
And ultimately, he stopped right where he would have been if he had simply gone down to a knee at the 25.
25-yard line.
Now Aaron Rodgers and the offense heading back onto the field. In 2nd quarter, they're down big already. He's struggling as well. They've got to find something here. He's got to find something on this drive.
And sometimes you take on all that extra pressure on yourself, and maybe you have to disperse it a little bit. Lean on some other people. Lean on your teammates. Find someone who...
And now look at him go. The 40, the 20, 10, and he will get this into the end zone. Touchdown, Green Bay. Justin Jefferson, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Packers get a score closer. Maybe that is the boost that this offense needed.
They did nothing the entire half, but out of the blue comes this big shot here. You're exactly right. Like a dunk in basketball, like a home run in baseball, maybe a solo shot. Sometimes you need that big play to get things ignited.
No good.
So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. And this will make it into the end zone. And Abdullah will not try to bring it out.
At their own 25-yard line.
Minnesota now ready for their next possession. They are just putting things together so well here, drive after drive. They really have captured the momentum, haven't they?
They've taken momentum and pretty much not just give him a jersey, but a seat on the bench as well. Whatever do you need, you've got it, because the way they're stringing things together and creating that distance between them and their opponent, it's really hard to narrow that gap. And the other part is they're taking their spirit away from them, too.
And now they're just looking to add to that total. So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Now Cook, and he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
It's a loss of
That's what I'd like to see out of this defense, a little fire, a little toughness. It hasn't been the best first half for them. They did do a nice job there, forcing a loss on that play.
It's an 8-yard pickup, and just like that, it's 3rd down.
Oh, I came to my feet on that one. I thought he was getting close to breaking that one big, but in the end, give some credit to the defense, finding a way to get to him and forcing a 3rd down.
This is Johnson. He's got it. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. And he'll get this one back to the 5-yard line, but no further than that. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal.
gain on the play.
A line of scrimmage, once again the 5 as they get ready for 2nd and goal. Cousins. And Thielen's got it. Touchdown, Vikings.
Cousins pass complete to
Adam Thielen. His 6th touchdown of the season. And the Vikings are going to add on to their lead. On those slants, everything happens so quickly. What makes it work?
The timing between the passer and the receiver. In this case, a slant route ordinarily is probably about 3 steps before you go on the slant. In this amount of time, I think it was a 2-step deal. Boom, put his foot in the ground and got inside for the pass.
Got inside for the pass, got inside for the catch and the score. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down officially at the 21.
take over 1st and 10. At their own 21-yard
The Green Bay offense now about ready to take possession here. Now a play fake here on 1st down. Looking deep for it. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. 23 yards on the play. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Throwing is Rodgers. Complete. Jefferson the target. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. 19 yards there on the catch and run. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down. And he's top 5 in the league in terms of receiving yardage because of plays like that. What have you seen from him on film that you like so much?
Well, I'll strip away everything else and get to what we call the moment of truth. When the ball's arriving and there's a defender there, he just comes down with the ball. He competes and takes it away. Great hands, great ability to finish the catch.
And this is going to turn into another 1st down as the tackle is made at the Vikings 21. What can't Aaron Rodgers do? The legwork there getting him to 1st. And Rodgers intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by the linebacker, Eric Kendricks. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
at their own 19.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They've really distanced themselves. They have put the pedal to the metal, I guess, so to speak.
So definitely have them in the rearview mirror, don't they? I mean, you're exactly right. Being able to string together these drives that end up in points.
They do go for it. It's Rodgers. And they will not be able to hook up there. It's incomplete. So certainly an interesting call there to go for. explosion, help leading them to victory. And the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week. We'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that many points. Allows them to play with a totally different style and a different flow.
So for the Vikings, they move back over 500 now at 4-3. And they'll return home next week to take on the Detroit Lions. Meanwhile, for the Packers, the loss drops them back to 4-3 so far. And they'll try to get back to their winning ways next week as they head to Santa Clara to take on the 49ers. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, we thank our entire crew. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This is the NFL on EA Sports.
Tonight, from Levi's Stadium in Santa Clara, California, it's Week 9 of the NFL on EA Sports.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the so-called Silicon Valley and Levi's Stadium in Santa Clara. Straight ahead is a rematch of last year's NFC Championship game between the Green Bay Packers and the San Francisco 49ers. That's fielded on the back line of the end zone. And he opts to not bring this one out. The first drive will start at the 25. They'll come out throwing here on first down. That's going to be caught by Samuel. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. What a play that turns out to be, 36 yards.
We had an idea that they might come out and challenge this secondary, but I don't know if we thought it'd be right out of the gate on the very first play of the game. But they did so successfully, they've got to feel good about how things have started.
Number 31, Raheem Mostert.
And they will only muster a yard here to the 38.
38-yard line.
The numbers for him from a week ago. 18 carries, 67 yards, and a touchdown.
And now that he's playing a Thursday night game, short week, you know, he spent a lot of time in the trainer's room in the cold tub trying to get his legs back for this game.
Intended for Jordan Reed.
So a look here at the key inactives, and we got this list before the game down on the field. They tell us the same thing every time, don't they? Next man up.
No excuses. Be ready to play. That's the mantra of every organization. The key is having guys on the roster who are capable.
Packer pressure, and down he goes. And when you go 5 wide like they just did there, you can't really max protect, can you?
No, you cannot. What you're hoping is that by going 5 wide, you're forcing the defense into coverage. And if you do that, you get a chance to find some people downfield. But if they audible themselves and go into a blitz, then it's got to happen right now or very
lights
quickly.
out.
Or exactly right. Turn them out. That play's over.
22-yard line.
Rodgers will bring the pack up with a 1st and 10 at their own 22. And right away, he'll look to throw. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 33. And they will take over at the 29-yard line. Well, certainly not how he wanted to start his night. First throw of the game, an INT.
Yeah, it's not easy, but he's got to try and wipe that one away from the memory banks. And let's face it, it's not often a quarterback and a defensive back have a lot in common. But one thing, because they have these individual type plays, they've got to have short memories, don't they? DB gets beat, wipe it away, quarterback throws a pick, has to do the same thing.
23 yards on the pickup there and a first.
What a breakout season Raheem Mostert had in 2019, and now he's got a chance to be the lead back for his team. In fact, he spent time in the offseason bulking up, trying to get stronger, to absorb the extra hits and be available for more snaps. He wants to be a guy who carries the ball from game 1 all the way through game 16 in the regular season.
Second and 9 now. And boy, that one drops incomplete, but if he was hit a fraction sooner, it may have been a fumble. Now, they'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is 3rd and goal. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. And it's complete. In the end zone, touchdown 49ers. Deebo Samuel, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Niners have taken the early lead. And he's a little bit on the shorter side as a receiver. Maybe sometimes for the defense, tough to find the little guys, right?
Yeah, sometimes they get lost in the traffic, but usually what it means is that rather than just winning with height or even speed, they use their quickness to find a way to get open.
Well, tall, short, wide, skinny, whatever, there it results in a touchdown. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24.
At their own 24-yard line.
The Packers offense here coming back out for their second drive. They had the interception last time. It led to the opening touchdown. So now 7-0 the score as they start 1st and 10. The throw right side is complete here on the first play of the drive. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Give them 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give them a first down. No, going for Jefferson downfield. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down. I know he wants to get his team back in the game, but a 50-50 ball right there that maybe was a little questionable.
Yeah, he's pretty lucky to get that one back. I think that sometimes these quarterbacks play with a lot of confidence that borders on arrogance, and that can put your team in.
Now look out, Rodgers lost the football, and now this is scooped up by the 49ers. And he returns it into enemy territory down to the 45-yard line. On 1st and 10, it's Mostert. And he's going to get this inside the 30. It'll go as a first down for San Francisco on a pickup of 16. The Packer fans, and not to mention members of this defense, likely hoping to forget what Mostert did to Green Bay in the NFC title game last year. 29 carries, 220 yards. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco. Raheem Mostert, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the 49ers add on to their lead.
Well, partner, that was another explosive run, and one thing I've learned in our time in this game, yes, the offensive line has to get a lot of credit, but for big runs to occur, the wide receivers have to block well downfield.
And then you have to have a good guy carrying the ball too, right?
Oh, without a doubt. You need that difference maker lugging the rock.
Jackson now to return. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27.
Packers take over 1st and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
Now trotting out there, the Packers getting ready to go. And last time, not only the turnover, but that turned into 6 points. They got to make up for that here.
You always hear about empty possessions, but some are worse than others. You can have an empty possession, pump the ball away, get yourself set to play defense, but when you turn it over, it changes momentum, and when they take it downfield and punch it in on you, that's a bad possession all the way around.
Yeah, but you're hungry to get back out there, aren't you?
You better be, because otherwise, it's going to be a long day for you.
Number 33.
And down he goes at the 49, a 3-yard pickup.
On the stop.
Rolling to his right. That's complete to the former Aggie Jay Sternberger. Charles, Thursday night game, I think a lot of teams probably say shrink the playbook somewhat. Is that correct?
I think you're right about that because you just don't have the amount of time that you have in a normal week to put in a full playbook. So as you said, you shrink the playbook, pick out the plays that work best for you. You know what else you're looking for?
What's that?
Who are the freshest guys coming off the last game to play on a Thursday night? Guys have a little extra pep in their step. You go to them early and often.
They'll go with Jones. And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the first. They only needed a few inches, and they didn't get much more than that, but by about the width of a shoelace, they convert on 4th down. He'll get this one into the hands of Lewis.
Rodgers pass.
That one good for 10 yards. And it'll be 2nd and very short.
It's 2nd and inches.
Looking middle, and it's incomplete. The linebacker, Fred Warner, right there on the coverage.
That's a nice job there because you got to play the ball, not the man when in coverage. That'll keep you away from a lot of needless penalties. He's able to knock that one away.
They'll try and run for it with Jones. And he's able to pick up the first before he's taken down at the 27. Give him 7 yards on the play as they do pick up the 3rd down conversion. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete. The linebacker, Fred Warner, right there on the coverage.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
Rodgers again here on 2nd and 10. And he's going to drop this off to his fullback. And they'll be inside the 25 now at the 24. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Throwing is Rodgers on 3rd down. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Eric Armstead, the defensive end, will get credited for the sack. And how about this? 4th and long, and they're going to go for it.
And it's 4th down.
They'll go for it. It's Rodgers. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. Well, down 2 touchdowns already. I guess they felt they needed to go for it, but still early, still first half. Rodgers now on 1st down. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 33. And they'll have the ball set up in the red zone at the 16-yard line. Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did.